Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine reignited its engines after the summer break at the Red Bull Ring, where it held the 8th of 10 rounds in the 2022 calendar. Among the Styrian forests, as well as resuming the duel at the top of the overall standings, the European Series saw new drivers on the track, including W Series racer Teresa Babic-Koba, who debuted in the championship with G4 Racing, where Gillian Henrion also competed for the first time this year in place of the injured Axel Noss. KIC Motorsport also welcomed a newcomer in Sebastian Odegaard, while RPM would see Pierre-Louis Chauvet take the place of Pietro Deligoanti for the last 3 rounds.
For us, has been a little bit challenging the starting of the season. We have 2 rookie drivers in the beginning plus Axel. Axel got some incidents and even in Spa had a massive accident and couldn't really pick up from the end of last year where we had a really good pace. And Matthias is continuing developing as coming from the British S4. Many of the circuits in Europe he still doesn't have the same amount of experience as other drivers. And we have been also giving opportunity to Teresa and other drivers, and still we are trying to get all the best from the package we have.
The car is, especially after F4, it's not easy car to come to drive. Maybe this new model F4 is a little bit closer to regional. It's a heavy car. It takes time to understand that where you need to be, in which part of the corner you need to be fast. It takes time, but the evolution for our driver has been really good. Let's say that I'm not feeling so good at the moment after the last quali, but I'm more or less taking the bullet for us for that, not for the driver. So it's challenging. They are improving. Then there's a little bit, one step back, but then we try to help them to take a 2 or 3 step ahead. So I like this part of the motorsport, that I can really guide the drivers to be better and better.
In a mix of dry and wet conditions, 36 drivers attended the pre-collective tests, which kicked off the weekend. The series was straight back in action on Friday with 2 collective tests. In the first, the rain didn't bother Tramnitz, who climbed the top of the times from the beginning of the session until the checkered flag. It was a rainy afternoon in the Styrian forests when Frecker drivers hit the track for the last collective test. Mini set the fastest lap of a 1 minute 38.962 at the wheel of an ART Grand Prix car. Paul Aron confirmed his top form once again, claiming his 5th pole position of the year at the end of a thrilling qualifying session. Prema Racing's Estonian driver topped the timesheet in Group A with a lap of a 1 minute 26.737 that was 1.5 tenths faster than RPM's newcomer Chauvet, who finished second ahead of championship leader Dino Beganovic. Barrichello, clearly high on confidence, put in another great performance topping Group B, meaning he would start from the front row of the grid alongside Aron. There was a best qualifying of the season also for the other RPM driver of Owen Tangavelu, who was second in his group ahead of Gabriele Mini, who would start on the 3rd row with Beganovic. Row 4 would be made up of Maceo Capietto and Hadrien David, while Montoya and Dufek completed the top 10.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised the 7th. I never kept count, but yeah, it was a good session. We saw straight away when we arrived to the track that we had good pace and the car felt good, so we were confident all through testing. And yeah, we just put the quali together well. And yeah, I think the quali performance, especially in the second part of the season, has been really good for us, so I'm happy to keep up the momentum. We have now the race ahead. We'll see if it's dry or wet, but nonetheless, I think it will be an interesting race, so we'll try to do my best.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Car was very good. I think I put a good lap together. I had a good tow as well. And I'm just happy for the Hadrien boys. They've been working a lot. We worked a lot, and I think we deserve to be where we are. I know it's only quali, but it's quite nice to see our names up there. So yeah, we go to a race there, and we'll see.
So we could see some drivers making some big progress throughout this race. Hasn't done a race start for a long time, so I think maybe slightly relieved that he won't be starting. And the race has now officially started. Round 8, race 1 is underway here at the Red Bull Ring. We start behind the safety car. The cars may have been all set up for a dry race. We might not have time to do much other than just put a wet set of tires. Oh no, Montoya slowing down. Montoya is slowing down, the start-finish straight, and trying to go round him there was Dirksen. Did Montoya, was he able to get going again there as the cars make their way up through turn number 1? Oh dear, that's, is that Babičková? It is. Teresa Babičková, who is making her debut in the championship this weekend, has clearly... There you can see the number 7 car. They are the only 2 cars that seem to have had big trouble. I think this is going to tell the story. That's Marinangeli in the 24, having a big slide coming out of turn 1. Just about saves it. Red flag is out. There's the 22 car. Hopefully Babičková is okay. We saw her walking away. So all the cars down into the pit lane. But the safety car will now bring the drivers through into the pits. The 20 years on from when his father stood on the podium here at the 2002 Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go now before we restart this race. Just 1 minute to go. And the race is officially back underway. Round 8, race 1, back underway. Paul Aron now gets his foot down there into the penultimate corner. We are go once again here at the Red Bull Ring, and that was a fantastic restart from Paul Aron as we come in towards the final corner. Someone has boxed immediately there a little bit further back there. Are we going to see someone gambling for slick tyres? Is that a little bit further back? I think that might have been Gabriel Bortoleto who has come in. It is Gabriel Bortoleto has gone into the pit lane. What a fascinating 20 minutes we have coming up. They come through the first corner there, and it's Paul Aron who leads from Dudu Barrichello. Pierre-Louis Chauvet, Owen Tangavellu is in 4th place. Dino Beganovic is in 5th in the red and white Prema. Then it's Gabriele Mini, then it's Matteo Capietto. Up towards turn number 3, Gabriele Mini defending from Matteo Capietto. The 2 RPMs going side by side there as they make their way out of turn number 3. Chauvet into, oh, slick tyres. Here we go. I'm quite literally rubbing my hands together. Slick tyres for Gabriel Bortoleto. The rookie's up. Hadrien David's doing the same thing. Hadrien David is in. And here we go. Pit stop going on there. We don't see these very often at all. But RHGP are prepared. They're a team who have won championships before. They know exactly what they're doing. And they've got their man on slick tyres as Beganovic, our championship leader, puts in a brilliant move round the outside of Owen Tangavellu. He is now up into P4. Now he's lining up Pierre-Louis Chauvet. Is he going to go for it down towards turn number 4? Not quite. Gabriele Mini back in towards P6. They're drifting out the pit lane. Hadrien David is out. The Frenchman doing a good job. Aron is in. Paul Aron, I don't believe this. Paul Aron has come into the pit lane. Who else is coming? We've got one of the ARTs into the pit lane as well. They're all coming in. Esteban Masson has come into the pits, and so has the number 28 as well. And that's the number 28 is Nicola Marinangeli as well, has come into the pit lane. 15 minutes plus a lap to go, and Dudu Barrichello comes across the line, leading the way from Pierre-Louis Chauvet. Here's Kaz Haverkort going to the outside there of Kaz Haverkort up to the outside there of Tangavelu, and Kaz Haverkort is through. Up another place there. Kaz Haverkort goes through and up into 4th place. In the background, that looks like Josh Dufek making a move. Dufek is through and into 6th place, and we might be side by side for the lead. We are. Pierre-Louis Chauvet to the inside there of Barrichello, and Pierre-Louis Chauvet is through into the race lead. Down at turn 3, Chauvet hits the front. Fantastic driving from Chauvet. Half race distance, we're into the second half of the race. Sebastian Montoya is next to roll the dice. This race is far from over, but from now it's Chauvet who leads the way up the front. Barrichello is second, Beganovic is in 3rd place, Haverkort is 4th place. Battle for 5th place going on. Tangavelu versus Dufek. It's Tangavelu to the right of screen, Dufek to the left of screen. Battle on the brakes. Dufek chucks it round the outside. Fantastic driving there from Josh Dufek. So last time around, that's what we saw from the guys. They're about a second or so off as we see Haverkort there going past Beganovic. Haverkort is up into 3rd place. Brilliant driving there from Kaz to go through into 3rd place. Now he's lining up Barrichello. Kaz there, sells the dummy down the inside at turn 6. Is he going to be able to get through? Kaz Haverkort side by side with Barrichello. He's now going to line the move up in towards turn number 7, and Haverkort goes through and into 2nd place. What fantastic driving there from Haverkort as they make their way now down here. Oh my God, Paul Aron has spun. I don't believe it. Paul Aron has spun. He's off into the gravel. Paul Aron is out of the race. I don't believe it. Paul Aron is out. Our once race leader, our man who could be fighting for the championship, is out. Yellow flags are out. Safety car is out. Through the final corner we go. 2 laps to go here at the Red Bull Ring at round number 8, race number 1 of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, and we are go for the final time. Chauvet leads us up towards turn number 1. A clean run through there. Haverkort in 2nd, Beganovic in 3rd. Watch for the guys on the slick tyres. They are going to be on an absolute charge. All the guys ahead of them on the wet tyres, but the guys outside the top 20 on slicks. We're side by side for the race lead. Haverkort versus Chauvet. Haverkort to the right of screen, and Haverkort is through in some trouble, and the guys on the slick tyres, it's not worked out for them as Josh Dufek is on the gravel, but he's not giving up. Round the outside of Beganovic, and there goes Dufek into 3rd place. Kaz Haverkort started P14 in this race. He kept his head, Renwick cried, and for the 2nd time this season, Kaz Haverkort is going to take the win in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. He comes across the line to win here at the Red Bull Ring, and it's going to be a 1-2 for the Van Amersfoort Racing team. Josh Dufek finishes in 2nd place. Can you believe that? And a drag race to the line. Van Amersfoort, a 1-2 for them. Pierre-Louis Chauvet, no driving for him in a single seater for 7 months, but he will bring home a trophy. P3. Fantastic driving for him.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was just an incredible race. I started from 13th. We started on wet tires and I just kept pushing and passed most of the guys. And then the safety car came in, but it was like mostly already dry. So it was quite tricky because some people were already on slicks. But anyway, after that it was just managing the tires under the safety car. And I got past the 2nd last lap to the number 1, so yeah, I'm really happy about this position. Of course, P1 is always great, and especially when you come from P13.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, I feel like it's been a long time coming, and the team and everyone who's worked to help me has really deserved this. So yeah, I want to really thank them first of all. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a great way to do it as well, coming from P10 and my teammate from the back as well. So it was just emotionally an amazing race, and yeah, I'm out of words, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I started P3 and at one point Paul Aron decided to pit, so I was in P2, and at one point I overtook Dudu Barrichello for the lead, which was nice, and then I think during safety car I didn't cool enough my tires, and yeah, it's a great comeback for me because I didn't drive a single seater since 7 months now, and so yeah, first podium for the team as well, so it's really, really nice. I'm super happy.
Hadrien David claimed pole position for race 2. At the wheel of the R-Race GP car, the French driver emerged as the fastest in the second qualifying of the weekend, posting a best lap of a 1 minute 26.076 that no one was able to match. The official session started with Group B on a dry track where David led the group ahead of Owen Tangavelu by just 17 thousandths of a second. Another brilliant result for the RPM driver, who was second again in the first qualifying session. In Group A, Beganovic scored the fastest time with a lap of a 1 minute 26.401, a result that secured the front row for the Swede, just 1/10 ahead of Dufek, who started from the second row for the first time with Tangavelu. Bortoletto was third in the first group ahead of Mini, who had a puncture that forced him to the pit lane while looking for his best performance. The Brazilian shared the third row with Chauvet, while the Italian was on row 4 with Vantoff. Behind them on row 5 were Joshua Dirksen and Tim Tramnitz.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it was a good quali, recovering from yesterday where we struggled quite a lot in terms of pace in qualifying. I struggled to put the tires into temperature, so yeah, today was much better. I felt the car better as well, and I think the pace was very strong. So yeah, hopefully we can have a good race. It will be probably raining a bit like yesterday, so just trying to make the best decisions possible, and hopefully we can win here.
Let's see what happens. We are getting ready to go for round number 8, race number 2 here at the Red Bull Ring. To the left of screen is Dino Beganovic, and to the right is Hadrien David, and we are go at the Red Bull Ring, and a great start there from Hadrien David. A staller, unfortunately, at the back of the field, but everyone else off and away, and David leads us through the first corner. Do we get everyone through safely? One of the Tridents running out wide, 2 of the Tridents running out wide, unfortunately, but other than that, everyone is through safely. The top 2 getting away. A battle going on for third place. There's Dufek having to defend from Tangavelu. Tangavelu to the right of screen there in the green and orange, trying to go round the outside of Dufek. Dufek holding his line on the inside, and Dufek has held on to third place. I think that was Van Hopen maybe running out a little bit wide out of turn number 3, but David has made a brilliant start out front, and he will lead us down towards turn number 4. Beganovic then in second as Tangavelu going round the outside there of Dufek. Dufek isn't having any of it though, and shows him to the gravel. Dufek getting his elbows out when required there. He holds on to third. Here comes Gabriel Bortoletto. He's come through now into 4th place, that looks like, as they make their way in towards turn number 7. Gabriele Mini charging through the order as well, as is Pierre-Louis Chauvet as they come up towards the final 2 corners. Whoa, spinner off into the gravel. 2 spinners. One is Roman Belinsky, the other is an ART car, unfortunately, and I think that's Lawrence Van Hopen who might be off as Gabriele Mini runs wide there, unfortunately. Down through the final corner we go across the line, safety car deployed. Back underway here at the Red Bull Ring, race number 2 of round 8 of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine is go once more, and Dino Beganovic is closing the gap to Hadrien David as they make their way up towards turn number 1, and Gabriel Bortoletto might have to be defended. Whoa, Gabriel Bortoletto runs wide there. Gabriele Mini, watch for the black and white. ART in 5th place, could be on the attack. There he is, pulls over to the right hand side of screen. Is he going to be on his push to pass? I wonder. I think he might be. Gabriele Mini with that push to pass, trying to go round the outside of Gabriel Bortoletto and makes the move. Great driving by the pair of them. Good respect shown from Gabriel Bortoletto, but a brilliant move pulled off there by Gabriele Mini, who sits second in the championship. Oh no, contact between the two teammates. The two MP Motorsport cars are in the gravel. Delano Van Hoff there and Mari Boyer in the 30, Van Hoff in the 77, both in the gravel at turn number 4. Safety car back out then. Hadrien David will take control of the pace. Here we go. Well, this was another incident. We had 2 more drivers off as well. That's Sebastian Montoya and Lawrence Van Hopen, the other 2 cars that went off. In fact, there was another car off as well, wasn't there? So Sebastian Montoya had gone off. There was more going off a little bit further back. That looks like one of the KIC cars. Even bigger gap for David this time as we get the race back underway here at Red Bull Ring for the 3rd time. Across the line we go to complete lap number 9, and Hadrien David leads us up towards turn number 1. Dino Beganovic in 2nd there, Josh Dufek in 3rd, Gabriele Mini in 4th. Defending a little bit further back there was Kaz Haverkort. Here's Paul Aron to the right-hand side of the screen, trying to go round the outside of Tim Tramnitz. Tim Tramnitz says, no, you don't. Doing good there, Tim Tramnitz, to hold his own on Paul Aron, but Paul Aron is not going to be having any of this. In the background, we've got one of the ARTs there trying to make a move. That's Lawrence Van Hopen, I think, and Victor Bernier fighting away with each other, but fighting away with each other. In our screen here is Paul Aron and Tim Tramnitz, pushing Paul Aron there to the gravel, and Paul Aron is now tumbling down the order. Position it might be for 8th place. This is Levente Rivets down the inside of Zagazeta, and Zagazeta has made contact there, unfortunately, with Francesco Braschi. His Braschi locks up into the side of Zagazeta, and that could be a trip to the stewards. At the top of screen, but Dudu Barrichello now goes to the outside. Is he going to be able to try and make the move? Paul Aron couldn't. Tramnitz is going to surely show him to the outside there. He just about gives him enough room, and Barrichello now is going to surely have the inside. Here we go, into 6. Barrichello makes the move. What a fantastic move there from the Brazilian. Goes through up into 8th place. Here we can see the race is not over. Beganovic right there with him, and safety car has been deployed. Lorenzo Fluxer. That's a shame. Lorenzo Fluxer is walking away. That's good to see. Let's see what happens. Contact had been made already. Coming into turn number 4. Spun round. Game over. Don't know what's happened to Lawrence Van Hopen, though, as he had a spin, I wonder, coming up through turn number 1. Or is it just a simple mechanical issue for him? Here he comes then, 2 more corners to tick off. Hadrien David makes his way through the final corner, and for the 3rd time this season, Hadrien David will stand on the top step of the podium. He comes across the line, punches the air, he takes the race win here at the Red Bull Ring. Dino Beganovic is back on the podium, and it's back-to-back podiums for Josh Dufek and back-to-back rookie wins.
Well, not really, but yeah, it was a good day apart from the season. I think, as you said, we converted all our pole positions into victories, so 100% of conversion, so this is quite good. The only problem is, we are not regular. I mean, sometimes we are very fast and sometimes we are nowhere, so we need to be more on it and be more often up there. This is the target for the last 2 meetings. But yeah, very good race, and I think the car was very strong today. Well, it's not easy at all. The safety car restarts were quite good, but at the beginning I was a bit scared with the rain. There were some drops in turn 3, but yeah, it stopped quite quickly, and then the pace was quite strong. So yeah, very happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good day. Also yesterday, obviously, it was a really tricky race, a tough race, and again, disappointing qualifying yesterday, but we did a good job today in qualifying, which we had to, and a good race, a good weekend. We scored good points compared to our competitors in the championship, which I'm very happy about, and see where the last 2 events will go. But I can only say that it's 2 tracks that I really like to drive at.
Yeah, perfect finish to the perfect weekend, really. I think we really maximized everything. We did a great job. The team did a great job. Yeah, all the stars aligned. I mean, to do two podiums in one weekend, I didn't really expect it, so I'm really happy. Yeah.